What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TEW Confrontational. My name is Ty Workentine with my little brother, Evan Workentine. Back at you with episode 57 here. We're just going to throw this one here just because there was a lot of NFL free agency happening a lot over the past couple of days. So we wanted to get another pod to go over all of those free agencies and stuff before we enter into the March Madness pod this weekend here. But yeah, NFL free agency is rolling. A lot of fun activity going on and everything like that. But yeah, just to name a few. Where do you want to start with?
I mean, obviously, I think the biggest one we can go over Vikings and Packers and the biggest things you took out of that, and we should go over every other team after that. I think the biggest thing for me is the Packers. They're not known for, a free agency type team. They never really pick up anybody big. And they made a huge splash. I mean, they picked up Josh Jacobs, 4 year, 48 million, 12 and a half guaranteed. So it's pretty much a 12 and a half, 1 year, 12 and a half million. So 1 year contract, and the other are up to the Packers if they would like to continue with that contract. But that's huge. Josh Jacobs a beast. And when did he win the rushing title? 2022, so a few years ago.
Well,
Um,
yeah, I mean,
but
yeah,
yeah,
he had a few off seasons coming in off the off last year when all the running backs really were trying to get contracts and a lot of them were sitting out. He was one of those. And then coming into the 2023 season, he didn't really perform up to what he had been producing in the previous years.
hmm
Um, but yeah, and
but
then
yeah,
other ones
I
for
think he's
Packers.
yeah. And then they picked up the best graded safety, Xavier McKinney. That was a 4 year, $68 million contract. And that's one of our, I mean, one of our biggest contracts we've given to a safety in quite some time. So I'm excited for him. He's a baller with the Giants, and he's going to make our defense a lot better, I think.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, so you guys lost a couple of your safeties in the off season or at the beginning, or at least some of your top three, right? Top three safeties or whatever,
Yeah,
top three
yeah,
defensive backs or whatever.
yep.
So yeah, definitely needed to add some depth in there. And then I heard that the Boston College defensive coordinator, the one coming in, he likes to run like a one safety high and cover like all aspects of the field. And Xavier McKinney is a perfect fit for
Yeah.
something like that if that's the scheme that they're going to be running next year. Yeah, he's all over the field flying. Yeah, so great pickup. And yeah, they don't do a whole lot of moves in the offseason as far as the Packers organization goes. So to pick up a running back and a safety, that really helps them out. And
Yeah,
um,
yeah. And when they signed Josh Jacobs, um, we had gotten rid of what's his name, AJ Dillon, but we still had Aaron Jones. Um, and so, I mean, just having those two in the backfield, that would have been the best backfield in the NFL by far, if not the best backfield ever, just based on what they've done in their previous years. But yeah, I mean, and then I think just once we go to the Vikings, but just Packers keep that young core, bring in both, and actually I was going to mention both players, McKinney and Jacobs, were captains on their teams, so you're bringing in veteran experience, leadership. So I think they'll help out our team, and yeah, keeping everybody. Yeah, losing Bakhtiari, he's for sure gone. We finally let him go, which
yeah,
is
he's retiring, isn't he? He's
I
done
don't
with
think
the.
so. I don't
I,
think so. He did say it was a good year. I mean, I could see him going to play with the Jets, but he never put out like a retirement. He just said put out a thank you to Green Bay.
yeah, yeah, I saw that. I kind of just thought it was going to be retirement. He's been in the league, yeah, 13 plus years or so, like something like that, as many as Aaron Rodgers has, or just as much, just as many, just yeah, on the Packers line there.
hmm
But yeah, going off that Aaron Jones releasing the Packers releasing Aaron Jones, Vikings made a couple big moves and big splashes in the free agency. We signed Aaron Jones to a 1 year, $7 million deal there to be the starting running back, I would assume,
Yeah.
um, in the Minnesota backfield. So that's a huge pickup. He finished the season last year for the Packers with 5 consecutive 100-yard games. He had 3 touchdowns against the Dallas Cowboys. So huge addition, kind of replacing Dalvin Cook, if you will, because Alexander Madison didn't live up to what we thought he was going to be able to do. But yeah, another huge addition to the backfield that helps spread the things out for no longer Kirk Cousins, because yeah, he goes to the Atlanta Falcons. Another big move in the the free agency market in 2024. But yeah, that was kind of a bummer. But then we signed Sam Darnold,
Mm-hmm.
which could be all right. I mean, he has a good arm. He's kind of put into a couple of shitty organizations right away as far as the Jets and the Carolina Panthers go. But then goes to 49ers, learns that system, played decent when he was in. Yeah, could be a good system QB, and if he learns Kevin O'Connell's offense pretty well, and he's coming from um, what's the 49ers head coach Shane, not Shane,
Kyle
Kyle
Shanahan.
Shanahan. He's come Kevin O'Connell and Kyle Shanahan coached together back in Washington. So I mean, having like some similarities in the offensive scheme might help Sam Darnold there. So we'll see what happens with that. But we also added a couple defensive linebackers with Blake Cashman and Andrew Van Ginkel and Jonathan Greenard.
Greenard, yeah,
Jonathan Greenard out of Houston, Andrew Van
mm-hmm.
Ginkel out of Miami, and I can't remember where Blake Cashman's out of. I think
Yeah.
he's out of Houston as well. Honestly, yeah, I
That
think
yeah,
he
that Van
is.
Ginkel's a pretty good linebacker. But you also, I think you kind of swapped with Houston pretty much. I know it wasn't actually a trade, but you lost to
Yeah,
Neil Hunter.
we
He had
released
16.
Daniil Hunter.
He had 16 and a half sacks last year. That's good. I think it's a big loss unless Greenard can make up for that. That's a huge loss for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, we picked up a couple of Houstons. Yeah, that Blake Cashman's from Houston, and so is that Greenard, and then yeah, that Andrew Van Ginkel from Miami. So good. And then we got Jonathan Bullard back on the defensive line, and then we signed Brandon Powell and then Aaron Jones.
Yep.
So we did a couple moves in the offseason. I think we're probably done. I think we're now moving on to the draft, maybe potentially, but there's been rumors about Justin Jefferson getting traded away. I don't believe there's
No
that.
way.
Those are just rumors. I don't think he's going anywhere. But Mike Williams from the San Diego or the Los Angeles Chargers was released
Hmm.
to clear up cap space for the Chargers. So he's available, probably the top wideout if he can stay healthy. He's probably
Yeah.
one of the most game changing wide receivers out there on the market now as far
Yeah.
as free agents
And
go.
the big news for the Vikings just came out like a few, maybe 30 minutes ago. Hitman Harry's back for year 13. He restructures his contract and he's returning, so that's huge. Yeah, you got
Yeah,
Daniil Hunter and Kirk taking the bag and leaving Minnesota after a while, and Hitman Harry's restructuring his contract and staying. So that's pretty cool.
yeah, we re-signed a couple of defensive. I mean, a lot of our defense is coming back, and that's huge, especially with the first year head coach or defensive coordinator and Brian Flores
Hmm.
to have him, to keep learning the system and stay in the consistency. Because yeah, I thought our defensive scheme was pretty a lot better than it was in previous years when we were just playing shell like the Packers were playing this year. But I mean, yeah, I think I'm looking forward to the draft. I want to see what the Vikings do as far as if we're going to draft quarterback first round or not, and learn and sit behind Sam Darnold for a year or two, and see what route we decide to take as far as looking forward. But yeah, I'm excited for the Vikings this year, especially with that Aaron Jones pickup that was huge, and then the defensive ads that we needed. So
Yeah, but overall, I mean, free agency frenzy was. I think it was the most moves that I've seen in the past. I mean, the recent years. There was a lot of big moves, a lot of big names that were are going to different teams, even rival teams in the same division. So, we had like the big one. We kind of all knew was going to happen. We didn't know he was going to go there. Was Saquon Barkley? He ends up going to Philadelphia
yep,
on a big deal, and that he's going. Yeah, right. That's probably the Giants' biggest rival is Philadelphia. So he goes
same
right to
division,
the.
yep,
Yep.
yeah,
So
and
yeah,
then
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, then just other names that on top of Saquon Barkley, other big names. You had Derrick Henry, but another huge name in the running back uh, field going to Baltimore Ravens to join Lamar Jackson. So that's pretty scary if you think about it, what they did last year, and then just adding Derrick Henry and being
Hmm.
healthy. So that's pretty scary there. And then you had Tony Pollard. He signed with the Tennessee Titans on a 3-year deal, 24
Hmm.
million. So he's no longer a Cowboy. So we'll see what the Cowboys do as far as backfield goes and stuff like that. Um, Other names,
Yeah.
Austin Eckler. Yeah, Austin
Mhm.
Eckler's going to Washington Commanders on a 2-year deal. And then
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, DeAndre Swift goes to Chicago. That's huge for them. Yeah, like Zach Moss, he's going to be the starting running back for the Bengals. Um, what's his name? Joe Mixon. He goes to the Houston Texans, so they're getting real good. They got a great offense.
Yeah, Joe
They already
Mixon to
did,
the
so that's
Texans.
huge.
Yeah,
Yep.
they lost a couple pieces on defense, so we'll see how they do that. But they did that add Daniil Hunter. But yeah, still a young core over there in Houston. And then yeah, you
Yeah.
have Devin Singletary, the former Houston running back, going to New York Giants to replace Saquon Barkley.
Hmm.
Gus Edwards, who was on the Ravens, who Derrick Henry is now joining. Gus Edwards is now going to the Los Angeles Chargers to maybe replace Austin Eckler. So yeah, a lot of big moves. That Chicago Bears DeAndre Swift is a good pickup because they have
That's
a couple of
huge.
young running backs that are uh, playing pretty well. And as far as can't remember their names off the top of my head, but he joins a good backfield, and then we'll see what they do in the draft as far as if they trade Justin Fields,
Right.
what they do with the number one pick and everything. But yeah, watch out for the Chicago Bears. They could be sneaky. That whole NFC North is going to be pretty good.
Hmm.
Packers are young as fuck. The oldest guy they have on their offensive roster, skill players as far as that goes, is Josh Jacobs at 26 or whatever.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, Lions are probably going to be the same old Lions. Um,
No, brand new
brand
Lions.
new Lions, but the
Brand
same,
new,
yeah,
same old as last year. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. So I mean, you got the
Um,
Lions and then the Vikings. See what they can do.
Vikings should be good. I mean, they're gonna have a good run game. Obviously, tough losing Aaron Jones, but he's a dog. And then obviously you got JJ, but you got to find. I don't know. I don't know if Sam Darnold can get it done as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we'll see
That's
what
gonna
he can
be.
do is in this system. I mean, he has Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson.
But
Now he has Aaron Jones. He has some weapons around him for sure. But
yeah, and speaking of quarterbacks, if you're gonna, I mean, there's still a few out there. I know Jimmy Garoppolo just got cut or released.
yep,
He would be
from
a
the
pretty good
Raiders.
starting quarterback, I guess. I think he's maybe an upgrade from Sam Darnold. I'm not sure. I think they're about the same as far as skill level. But if you have a good running back and you have like a good offensive line and a good scheme, Jimmy Garoppolo fits in a scheme type offense really well.
Yeah, I suppose he knows how to win. I mean, he won in San Francisco
Hmm.
and stuff like that. But yeah, you have also big move quarterback names. Russell Wilson going to the Pittsburgh Steelers on a 1 year, $1.2 million deal. I know we mentioned that in our last podcast. Like, yeah, he still has 36 and a half or whatever million from the Denver Broncos. So whoever signs him only has to pay him, yeah, 1.2 million.
Hmm.
So yeah, A+ pickup for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, kind of an upgrade over Mitch Trubisky
Absolutely.
and Mason Rudolph.
Well,
Kenny,
they have Kenny
right,
Pickett.
right,
Yeah.
but yeah, he kind of got thrown into the fire as well, so it could be useful for him to sit behind like a Hall of Fame quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback, All Pro, things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a good move for the Steelers. Other ones, Jameis Winston going to the Cleveland Browns. Um, with
Yep.
to help out Deshaun Watson. I mean, there's a lot. Browns are making moves too in the offseason as well.
Yeah,
So
I didn't understand that. I mean, as we continue to go through these quarterback moves, one thing that you brought up the Browns. What is Joe Flacco doing? I mean, the way he performed last year, why isn't he going anywhere?
right,
I mean, we've seen a lot of these. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm guessing Jacoby Brissett's probably or what's his name you just mentioned? Is that Brissett?
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to sit behind Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, and I hope
But
Deshaun Watson has a breakout year
yeah,
too,
well,
because I
he
mean,
needs it, bro. He needs
yeah,
it.
they got Amari Cooper, who turned out to be a good deal, and I thought they just picked up another decent wide receiver.
They did.
Um,
Yeah, they did. Let me take a look. They did pick up somebody. Um, let's see here.
But anyway, yeah, to add Nick Chubb on top of that, coming back after what the season they had last year, their defense is rowdy. So I mean, if you got that and everything, um, Jerry Judy, yeah, to the Browns,
Jerry
they got
Judy.
Jerry
Yep.
Judy, yeah, they
Yep.
got that trade for a fifth and a sixth round pick. So I mean, yeah, huge Browns making some moves. They got the Jameis Winston and Jerry Judy, and so we'll see what happens there. They were a good team last year. What other things we got going on? A lot of the wide receivers, Michael Pittman re-signed with the Colts. Mike Evans re-signed with the Bucks, so they're back. Calvin Ridley signed with the Tennessee Titans, so he was
Yeah.
one of the ones that was like kind of on the bubble if he was going to stay in Jacksonville. There was a lot of talk if he was going to go to the Patriots, but he officially signs with the Tennessee Titans, so that's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Uh,
What was that? 4 year, 96, 50 guaranteed, I
yeah,
believe.
4 year, 92. Yep.
92. That's
And
huge.
then and then to replace Calvin Ridley, Jacksonville picked up Gabe Davis.
Hmm.
So still good. I mean, he probably performed more than what Calvin Ridley did last year with the Bills. So we'll see what happens there for a lot less money too, 39 mil. Darnell Mooney goes to the Falcons to join that Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Brian Robinson Jr., and then Kirk Cousins now as quarterback. So that's pretty stacked offense over there. And then they got a new head coach and all that good stuff. So see what happens there.
Yeah, and then
Um,
Deontay Johnson got traded to Carolina. That was last night.
yep, from the Pittsburgh Steelers, where Russell
Yep.
Wilson just went. He's now going to Deontay Johnson, wide receiver. There's now going to Carolina Panthers, who
Hmm.
have Adam Thielen, um, Chuba Hubbard. Yeah, I mean,
And they did pick up a few big lineman names to
yeah,
protect Bryce
Hunt.
Young.
Yeah, Brandon Hunter, whatever his name
Yeah.
is. They signed him to like a $20 million a year deal, worth like 100 million or something like that. But yeah, Carolina is making moves. They traded or released their traded away their linebacker who had like 12 and a half sacks last year. Uh, let me pull this up.
Mm. Yeah. What's his name? Oh man.
Yeah, but it was kind of a controversy thing because the Chargers offered them a first round pick, a second or first round pick of the 2024 or 2023
Yeah.
draft of
Brian Burns.
yeah, Brian Burns, a first round pick in the 2023 round draft, a first round pick in the 24 draft, and then a second round pick in the 25 draft. And then he got traded away for like a second and a third. And
Hmm.
so, and like, yeah, didn't make any sense, kind of a loss for the Panthers. But yeah, they're trying to come back from a big hole that was dug in their organization by their past owners and stuff like that. So
Yeah, but I mean, this wasn't. Yeah, I guess, but they didn't even get a first. They didn't get a first for Burns,
no, yeah,
and they didn't get a first for Christian McCaffrey either.
yeah.
So that's
So
two bad moves for Hall of Fame players.
and then they traded away DJ Moore, which
Hmm.
they got a first overall, number one overall pick to pick up Bryce Young, and then fell apart after that. And then yeah, now
Right.
they're just trying to salvage what they have left.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
see what the Panthers do. But they got Robert Hunt from the Miami Dolphins there, and then yeah, other things. What other things we got going on? Um,
Former Packer and Viking Zadarius Smith re-signs with Cleveland on a 2 year deal. I know that.
mhm.
Um, yeah, and then who did I know the Steelers just picked up a big dude too, linebacker. I can't remember his name. Not linebacker. Yeah, yeah, linebacker Patrick Queen.
Yeah,
Uh,
Patrick Queen. That was
for,
a huge get for Ravens. Yeah, ex-Raven Patrick Queen to a 3 year, $41 million deal.
hmm
So that was
And then
huge.
yeah, and then Bobby Wagner just signed with the. This would happen like at just around that 4 o'clock time frame. Signed with the Washington Commanders. So that's huge. That's really
From
huge.
Seattle. Yeah.
Yep. He reunites with Dan Quinn. I'm not sure how. Did Dan Quinn ever coach at Seattle? Was he a D coordinator at Seattle at one point?
Could have been.
I'm guessing so, or like some type of special teams coach or whatever he was. But reunites with him. Commanders, yeah, I think they're trying to put some. They're putting some, moves together.
Yeah.
I think they've got a few big weapons. What else? Well, they need a quarterback, right?
Yeah. I mean, who are we talking about? Sorry, I'm reading this thing. Who are we
The
talking about?
Commanders,
Yeah. So they got that one guy,
yeah, out of
Sam.
Sam Howell out of North Carolina. North Carolina,
Yeah. So we'll see what they do. They got the number 2 overall pick though,
yeah. Hmm.
in the draft. So we'll see what they do as quarterback. I think they're probably going to go Jaden Daniels or Drake May or whoever's up there at the time. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll see what pans out
Hmm.
in the draft. But yeah, they'll probably go quarterback 100%, I would think.
Yeah. And then other news. I know Jordan Poyer, huge safety for the Buffalo Bills. Um, he goes to another divisional opponent. He goes to the
Miami.
Miami Dolphins on a 2-year deal, teaming up with corner safety duo. Him and Jalen Ramsey is
Jalen
going to be
Ramsey.
it's going to be pretty
It was
dangerous.
a cheap deal too. It was only 2 million. 1 year, 2 mil
I wonder if
for Joe Poy.
yeah, I wonder is Buffalo paying some like kind of like Russ's contract? Are they paying him anything?
I have no idea.
But yeah, that's a weak
Possibly.
contract, but
Yeah. And then yeah, coming off that thing, that release from the Bills where they released Jordan Poyer, um, linebacker, and then center Mitch Morse. He signs with the Jaguars, so Jaguars are adding some pieces too, also losing some pieces. So, um, yeah, there's a lot of moves going on. We just wanted to get a pod in to go over all of those big name moves and everything like that, But yeah, on to the next thing. We got uh, NCAA March Madness um, kicking off here this weekend. Selection Sunday is on Sunday,
mhm.
the 17th, and then yeah, everything starts up on the 21st. Playing games I think are on the 19th, but yeah, first round starts on the 21st. So pumped for that. I'm gonna post the link to the bracket challenge
Bracket
in the
challenge.
yeah in the comments. There's one on the last video, and then I'll post it on this video, and then also the next video. So
Hmm.
yeah, join the March Madness. We'll pay the winner again what we did last year. I'm not sure what the amount will be, but we'll
Yeah,
announce that here.
we'll figure out amount. Probably we'll probably announce that next week, or the next podcast, not this one, but the next one that comes out.
Right.
Um, but yeah, shout out to South Dakota State. Their women's team makes or is making a they got a bid or they're making the tournament, and then also the men's won last night versus Denver. They were up by 20-21 at one point, and then I literally stopped watching. I was like, oh, they got it. I looked back, and it was a 5 point game with like 47 seconds left, and then there was a foul. But Denver was hitting a few big threes, like kind of keeping it close. But that yeah,
Yeah.
Jacks did end up winning.
Yep. So yeah, they clinched the Summit League championship, and that gets them into the NCAA tournament. Yeah, there's a bunch of other divisional conference tournaments going on. Excuse me, right now, like the ACC, Big 12, Big 10, all those uh, conference tournaments championships are going on this week, wrapping up this week to see who advances to the national tournament. So pumped for that. So yeah, join our March Madness bracket challenge. This is our second annual TEW Confrontational March Madness challenge. Um, so yeah, that's kind of a exciting milestone. We got through here and on to the next. So pumped about that. What else you got?
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'm pumped for that. Selection Sunday, you're coming up, and then yeah, I just want to pop back to the NFL a little bit. I mean, obviously at 3 p.m. today was when free agency actually started.
Right.
So a few big names like people that were cut. I do want to like Michael Thomas. That's a big receiver. He did get cut today.
Yeah, the
Yep,
cap hit had to be done today. Yeah.
yep.
So
So you got to get underneath that certain amount, that cap number. So I think there's still going to be some big moves. Coming here the next few days into the weekend, maybe into early next week. But there's still some big names out there that could add some, good stuff to your team.
yeah, 100%. Like you said, AJ Dillon out of the running back market. He's still a free agent. J.K. Dobbins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Deontay Foreman. Wide receivers, you got Marquise Brown, OBJ, Tyler Boyd, Curtis Samuel, like you said, Michael Thomas, Josh Reynolds, KJ Osborne, Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, Chase Claypool, which, yeah,
Yeah, he's
Paris
not.
Campbell, yeah. So
But
I mean, but still, yeah, you got a lot of wide receivers like Mike Williams, who just got released today. I mean, there's still a lot of huge
he,
names out there.
yeah, I don't know if the Packers decide to do anything. It'd be pretty cool to see them bring MVS back. Just because he's been in that offense, he balled out in the offense. But I'm not paying. I don't think Packers are going to do anything. Paying any big contracts anymore. I think they're done. I think they're going to go to the draft for anything they need further.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of talent in drafts, yeah, for sure. So,
Yeah.
excited for that. We'll have a guest on for the draft. We'll probably just do a Zoom and watch it and go over all that fun stuff when that happens, and then
Hmm.
also we'll have a guest on for the March Madness podcast that's this weekend. So, Yeah, we'll have a few guests on here in the next couple episodes, which is exciting to get some guests back on and stuff. And it's kind of, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier over Zoom and stuff where people don't have to travel and do all that fun stuff. But
Right.
yeah, exciting stuff coming up here this next couple episodes here. So yeah, stay tuned. And then yeah, join the March Madness bracket challenge, the second annual two computational bracket challenge here.
Yes,
Link in the
sir.
comments and everything like that. And then yeah, keep tuning into our pods. Next week will be the official podcast for the tournament and everything. And we'll go over our picks, final four picks, see who's going to win it, or our predictions to see who wins it and everything like that. So yeah, exciting stuff coming up. St. Patrick's Day coming up, beer pong tourney this
Hmm.
weekend. So I've been practicing for that, making sure my shots
Yeah,
right and everything like that. So but yeah, anything what else you got, dude?
that's all I got. I mean, yeah, big card. There's a big card this past weekend. USC card. We don't really talk much about USC, but that was probably 299 was probably the biggest card, best card that there probably will be all year. Poirier gets the win. What did you think about that card? Because we actually did watch that together. So what do you think about that card?
Yeah, we talked about that last episode on our podcast, but yeah, it was a yeah crazy fight. Yeah, Sugar Sean landing all those like 200 and something uh total significant strikes or something
Hmm.
like that. It's just
Yeah, we did
insane.
talk about that. Yeah, we did
Just
talk
beat
about
the
the last
shit out of
podcast.
him and everything like that. So yeah, Sugar Sean, the Sugar Show is here and here to stay. I think he's yeah the next like I said, Conor McGregor. You haven't seen anybody else take the stage like Conor McGregor besides Sugar Sean. So yeah, pumped to see him fight more. And yeah, I bet you, yeah, he's gonna have some crazy fights. He called somebody out. I can't remember who it was in his last fight. He's like,
There's a few. They want him to fight Marab. There's a few other ones that people want him to fight. They want him to fight. They want him to lose. And Marab's more of like a guy on the ground, so that's who they want him to fight. So, and obviously Sugar Sean, more stand up guy, likes to throw punches, so they want him to lose.
right.
So, but yeah, I guess more to come. UFC 300 is coming up here. I'm not sure the exact date, but hopefully that's a good card.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of because it was supposed to be the Conor McGregor fight, and we
Exactly.
went
Yeah.
over the card last week. Yeah, I can't remember who
Hmm.
was on it, but supposed to be the Conor fight. But yeah, it wasn't. They replaced it, and it wasn't very anything intriguing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then golf. We have the Players going on this weekend as well. Players is a big tournament. And then last weekend we had the contingent open or something like that. I'm gonna pull up the golf because we haven't touched on golf and that's been pretty hot lately, and stuff like that. So yeah, we have the Players Championship next weekend. Big names, $25 million purse. Scotty Scheffler won that last year, and he's the odds to win it again this year. He won the so it was the Arnold Palmer Invitational last week. Arnold Palmer and then Scotty Scheffler won that one. So yeah, the Arnold Palmer was crazy. There was a lot of crazy times. Scotty Scheffler didn't look like he was going to be in it. He was like 9 under heading into like the fourth round, but then he comes back and uh, putted phenomenal on round four and shot a 66. And yeah, was striking the ball well. So if he comes into the Players this weekend shooting that well, yeah, watch out. It's gonna be yeah, he's gonna be running all over everybody and everything like that. But yeah, gonna
Yeah.
be some exciting golf happening down in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Starting off on Thursday the 14th. So
So
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, and also just like in right now, I mean, it's been pretty nice past few days. It looks like it's raining out right now, but in the next few weeks, hopefully, if we don't get any snow, hopefully they'll start opening up some courses. I know they did Elmwood for a while, but I think it was just one day actually, and then or 2 days,
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah,
had to close
Brandon
back
was
down. But
open. There's a couple of the other ones
the
that were
links,
open,
yeah,
but I mean that's pretty nice. I mean, yeah, 80 degrees the past couple of days. Today didn't get quite to 80. I think it was like 60 or something like that, but
yeah, I think at
still
65 or whatever. Yeah,
still in
it's
March
good.
is fucking beautiful to have this weather, and
Hmm.
we've been spoiled this winter and fall with the weather we've been having, not a whole lot of snow, knock on wood. So
Right,
uh
right.
but yeah, pump for this weekend with the Pong tournament. Start us off on Saturday. We got selection Sunday, and then we have
Hmm.
golf going on all weekend, and then the NCAA tournament starts up next week. So yeah, we got basketball, golf, and then off season for football has been keeping us busy like crazy. I mean, a lot of moves going on, like you said. Probably going to be a lot more happening in the next few days over the weekend and stuff like that. So we'll try to keep you guys posted and everything like that. But yeah, exciting stuff happening. Women, men's and women's. You got to see Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she wins the Big Ten championship or whatever. And they are like the number 2 seed or number 1 or 2 seed heading into the national title. So that's pretty freaking awesome. And yeah, shout out Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, hopefully she can bring it home. I mean, that'd be huge. Breaking all these records, and she brings home the
Natty
natty
title.
champion. Yeah, natty championships. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, they have to go through South Carolina, who's been just killing teams and starting fights
Mm-hmm.
with LSU and Angel
Yeah.
Reese and stuff like that, and people getting shoved to the ground. Yeah, that's crazy. Another topic, but yeah, I'm excited. This is electrifying time of the year with March Madness and everything. You see a lot of crazy shit happen, golf and everything like that. We already saw a lot of crazy stuff happen with the NFL free agency and all the different moves. So, yeah, keep you all posted on what's going on in the sports world. But
Yes, sir.
that's all I got. You got anything else?
That's it.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see y'all next week on the pod. Episode 57. That's a wrap. Until next time. Peace.